Okay, so if you have a quadratic equation like a real world one like this, replace whatever it starts with, like in this case it's h for height, with y equals. So instead of, like, I typed it in with h equals, but you would just say y equals like normal. And they're using t for time, but instead of using t, use x. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, so every time I'm just going to use y and x, just like this. So it's going to start with y equals, and then whatever they're using for squared. Now the other thing is to make sure, and I can't tell by yours, but I'm just using, once I get to the x here, I'm using the a to the second power button to make that squared. Okay, now you can see it looks like I have two lines. Okay, but that's actually my parabola. It's just really big. It's really high. But now I'm not getting the triangle, so I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe if you're making the table first, but the first thing you always want to do is make the equation first. Okay, that's the first thing you do. Type in the equation, and then you can see I'm not getting that triangle. Then I come up here into the settings cog. Okay, and from there, then I hit the picture of the table, and that's what creates my table. All right, then from there, you'll notice that little magnifying glass, or it has a little plus sign in it. I'm going to click on that, and what that does is it zoom fits it. Okay, so it makes it nice and not so, and kind of scales it. And then from there, I can just kind of zoom out or zoom in. And since it's real world, I'm only looking at quadrant 1. So I'm going from 0, which is where it's on the ground. All right, and I need to add more points. Okay, because I'm not at 3 seconds. Then there's 4 seconds, because remember my x is my time. Then 5 seconds. 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I can stop because it's hit the ground. So because my height is 0, so that's when I initially started. My 2 x-intercepts is when it starts on the ground and when it lands on the ground. The vertex, that's my highest point, so it got to 256 feet at 4 seconds. And then all the other points are just like, that's how high it was at 1 second, that's how high it was at 5 seconds. All right, so try that out, see if it works. Again, the main thing is to put in the equation first using y and x, then hit the settings and the settings cog, and then click table, and then use that little magnifying glass to kind of zoom it in. Hope that helps.